Oh my goodness. It's a Tuesday treadmill talk. It's the first, no, it's not even the first. That's right. My absolute favorite one. How could I forget that? With Matt Wilkins from last year was outside too. This is the first time it's been outside my house on my lovely deck. Um, there's a whole lot of noise going on in the house, so I figured I can film a Tuesday treadmill talk outside because I left my keys up there. And I'm not going to deal with that. There's singing and stuff. Yeah, you can probably hear that. Anyway, we'll move over here so we're out of earshot. And let's see. We can take a seat here. It's a beautiful day in California because it's fucking burning down. Yeah, it's a typical California way. October, you'd think it'd be done burning, but this is when it gets like to the worst. Because of all the wind and all the leaves falling, and it's still kinda hot. I mean, today it's not hot, but it's been hot the last couple days. So let's get into it. There has not been a whole lot of content lately, and that's because of school. I've decided not to get my bachelor's degree, and I wanted to talk about that today. I don't want to go to a university or a state university. I'd rather get 3 associate's degrees. Why 3? Well, the one, technically, if I continued with my plan, I'd be done with an associate's degree that transfers. But then I realized, and not only that, but also a certificate. So I get my degree in radio, television, film production. It's a loaded one, yeah. With a, a degree in, like, video studies, something like that. Not a degree, a certificate. But then I'm like, I don't want to live in California. Which kind of defeats the purpose of that degree unless you want to go into local television, which I wouldn't mind. I've worked with news stations before, not directly, but I've done some stuff that's been on PBS and stuff. I've worked on a television show set before. I should say volunteered technically, but I was working. So, with that, and Caitlin's not going to be done till way after I'm done, I decided maybe at least pick up one more semester, and I'll get my digital video production degree, which is just an associate's of science that does not transfer. I am 6 units away from that in the major stuff, not counting the 16 units I have left of general ed, which technically I can get done in one semester. Do I want to do that? No, I think I will take one online class this winter and then another online class this summer, just for my social sciences, and get those done that way. I learned the hard way that you shouldn't do 2 social sciences online at the same time because it's a lot of reading and it's really rough, but I think I can do one. Because I'm now used to it with having English and my media writing class are both online. I think I can handle one at accelerated pace. So, yeah. Next, I'm thinking I want to get a degree, or at least a certificate, in something that I like, that I can get a job in pretty easily. And I was thinking computer programming. So I was going to get a certificate in computer programming, but then I saw that a degree in computer programming, the major classes equal 24 units. That's less than 2 semesters. So I'm like, okay, I can do another year of school. So, yeah. I've got another year of school. And then I'm done for good. I will be in California for like another year. Probably sometime 2019. Unless something happens that makes me leave sooner. I'll be moving from California. Which is exciting. Spoilers, don't live in California. it burns down on a regular basis, and they argue with the federal government a lot. Now, I'm saying the federal government's doing the right thing, but the taxpayer suffers when California decides that it can't agree. And rather than act like any other state, it throws a fucking tantrum and raises taxes. Yeah, don't live in California. In all honesty, I hate leaving. It's a beautiful state. It's got pretty much everything in it. But I'm done, and I need to start my life and be done with things. So, enough with the actual shit. Let's get into health update. I was horribly sick for weeks. I'm not sure what it was. In all honesty, I think it was a combination of a really bad stomach bug that I just didn't take care of. And it went away, but it took all my good germs away. And so every time I eat, it was immediate shit afterwards. I'm sorry for the graphic details, but that's what it was. I lost 10 pounds. Or something like that. Maybe a little less than 10 pounds. But I lost weight. And not in a good way, and it hasn't come back, and I've lost some strength that I've been trying desperately to get back. It's getting better, but still, no. To make matters worse, on top of that, it's been a really stressful semester. A lot of bullshit has happened, and it's been absolutely miserable. But now that I have a new goal, and they're going to continue singing and stuff. And, I don't care. Fucking sing all you want. It'll be on camera. With that being said, I'm glad. I'm glad that there's an end goal in sight. I'm not saying where I'm going to move. A certain someone that I consider a friend of mine on YouTube, been in a few videos of mine, knows, and that's where it's going to stay for now until things start going in, start rolling in motion a lot more. Because first of all, number one, get out of debt. I can get out of debt in about 3 months. So, 3 months, then we start saving. If Caitlin's gonna move with me, which I goddamn hope so, babe. I goddamn hope you're gonna move with me. That would fucking suck, by the way. I don't know what I'd do at that point. But Caitlin and I need to go visit there this summer. It involves taking vacation time. Next, I need to sell. I'm selling a whole chunk of my comic book collection. That's right, folks. Person you knew as a comic book collector is selling a good chunk. I'm keeping a good portion of it. But there's a lot of things that I will never reread, and that I either don't like or just don't care about anymore. Like, for instance, my Walking Dead singles are getting sold. If you're all interested in, anyone's interested in that, direct message me, and I will cut you a deal on those. A lot of my stuff, my Rebirth stuff, if anyone wants to collect that, I have a lot of early run Rebirth stuff, mostly number ones, first print, so I don't know what's going on. I just sold my Turok set, if you can believe that. Do you remember when they rebooted Turok through Dynamite? It was terrible. I sold my first 3 issues on there. I've also sold a whole lot of computer parts lately. We're talking, I've made about $300 something out of computer parts. It's a little, it's just, I had so many things lying around that I'm just not going to use. That I did, from a build that I decided not to go with because it was going to, it went out of date. It was going to use the Skylake CPU, and I didn't feel like shelling out the extra money for something that's Skylake when KB Lake's out, for instance. And now I'm not going to even go with Intel. I'm thinking if I do build something, it's going to be AMD Ryzen base. I'm really digging the Ryzen stuff. I've been an AMD fan for a while. Hence, my last build was the last time AMD had a good CPU. But Ryzen has really piqued my fancy. And I'm thinking of getting a Ryzen 7 1800. And then building from there. I want to keep my old computer, though, in case of like an emergency or something, because it functions now. I don't know if I had talked about that on Tuesday Treadmill Talks or not, but the first couple of weeks of school, I took some of my PC parts and I kind of did some fixing. It run my gaming PC that's really out of date does function. It runs on Windows 10 for the most part. It's really slow, but it runs on Windows 10. And it has a 2 terabyte hard drive in it. But I don't edit on that. I still edit on my MacBook Pro. The MacBook... Oh my fucking god, shut up. Anyway, my MacBook Pro... I don't know. I just couldn't make the full switch to Apple. I think it's the PC builder in me. Just cannot dig that shit at all. It's like... the lack of expandability is so irritating on so many levels. But yeah, that's beside the point. Since it's going to take longer, I may actually end up doing a PC build. It'll be a editing PC / gaming PC. Mainly editing is what I focus on now for YouTube videos because, you know, I have a 4K camera and I can't edit in 4K. My computers can't handle that. Even though I have a 4K monitor, which is fucking beautiful, I can't edit in 4K. It sucks. But it is what it is. So, I don't know. I have to look into some details because I might get a 4K Ultra, the Pioneer 4K Ultra UHD Blu-ray drive, which is 4K Ultra discs. I have a 4K Ultra disc, and I'd love to watch Alien Covenant in 4K, but I can't do that. I'd like to have that option on there, and it's just going to involve gutting. And I don't even know if Ryzen handles 4K Ultra UHD discs. I know you can 4K game, but it's so specific with that Pioneer disc drive. Also, I want to have an LED RGB mess of a computer, just for the shits and giggles. Oh god, what else do I have to talk about? I have some other things about moving. If I'm gonna build another PC, I need to get another phone. And specifically, I need to get a phone with my own plan. Instead of having to share data with the family. That's irritating. You have no idea how irritating it is when someone else uses 8 gigs of data and it's the beginning of the month. And you wonder, what the fuck happened? But that happens to me once a month, pretty much. It's not the beginning of the month anymore, but it's still bad. I don't know how one person, and it is one person, uses a minimum 6 gigs of data. I use 1. That's saying something. I use 1 gig of data. But I'm having problems with this phone anyway. It's now decided to start shutting off when it feels like it, even when it has half a battery. Like, it just turned itself off today for, like, a long time, and I didn't even know. At least an hour it was shut off. It also, the battery just drains. Like, I have to charge this thing, like, 3 times a day. School, it's a little different. Because I don't really look at my phone at school. Not too much, so there's that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I can talk about what I'm reading real quick. Labyrinth of Evil. I started that a little bit. I've also been reading Lost Stars, but my thing is, right now, I can't commit to a novel unless it's on audiobook. So I've been listening to the Wizard and Glass, which is the 4th Dark Tower book. I've been on a Dark Tower kick for a while now. It's been months of me listening to these books, and I'm getting close to the end of this book. So, yeah. I finished Leia, Princess of Alderaan save that for the review that's coming out for that I need to film. I've been so lazy about filming videos, especially with... It's not even laziness. It's just I do homework and then I want to go to bed. That's how bad it is. And I have the new fucking camera, and I filmed 2 things on it, and one of them hasn't even been released. So there is that. I think I'm just going to upload that tonight. It's a haul. It's a haul that's out of date. That's the problem. I've been buying up EU books again. Really bad. I'm stopping for right now until I finish paying off my last credit card. Should be in 3 months, unless it's a really good deal. Like, I got 2 books for, like, steals today, and that's, like, the last 2, which I'll just say it right now, because it'll be a while till they come. It's Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader, and Dawn of the Jedi, Into the Void. Both in hardcover, both first prints. I've just been working on that right now. I have something else that already came in that I need to show off. I found a book at a thrift store for like $1 that is a hardcover that I didn't have. So I think I told Matt I'm at 12 hardcovers remaining in the EU. And those are Old Republic Deceived, Annihilation, Fatal Alliance, might be a little more than this, Dynasty of Evil, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, Lando Calrissian, those 2 books, Han Solo at Star's End, Han Solo's Revenge, yeah, it is more than that, Death Star, Shadow Games, which is really fucking hard to find. I want to say there's one more. Oh, the original Star Wars novelization. I think that's all I have missing. So, and Force Unleashed 2, so about 14 books. So I wasn't far off. But that's it. I own almost everything in hardcover that ever came out in hardcover, which is crazy to me. So this video went on for a long while. I'm going to let y'all go. Anyway, have a nice day.